other programming languages. And the conclusion is that as compared to other programming languages, Python is much simpler than other programming languages. So when you try with the programming with Python, then you can able to say that Python is very simple language. Python is English-like language. Python is flexible language. And you cannot think the programming in Python is as simple or as compared to other programming languages. The structure of Python, the skeleton of Python is totally different than other programming languages. If you take the overview from last 30 years, when there was basic language, there was Pascal language, COBOL language, and nowadays we are working with C, C++ and Java programming languages. When you write any program through these languages, you must start the program. What is the meaning of that? You must write begin, you must write main, you must write opening bracket. All these are the structures of the programming languages. But in the Python programming language, there is no any begin, there is no any opening bracket or opening parenthesis and like that. And that's why if you compare with other programming languages, it's totally different. And last time we also discussed, whenever you are the expert of C programming language, then you can write the program in C programming language and integrate that program with Python programming language, that is by the or with the help of C Python. So if you are the expert in Java programming language, then you can write the program in Java and integrate that program in Python, or edit that program in Python, and that interpreter is known as JPython or Jthon, like that. In this fashion, there are so many such a type of interpreters. Last time we discussed 2-3 interpreters, and after when we write a structure, when we write actual programs in Python, then we can see which interpreter we are using. So now the today's topic is the need of Python. So all of you know that need of Python like that. This is the today's topic. What is need of Python? So when we discuss what is the need of Python, why anybody else wants to write a program in Python? Each Python becomes very popular than other programming languages. Can other programming languages are useless as compared to Python? The answer is 100% no, because other programming languages are also so important, but the applications in the next topic, there are the applications of Python. But what when we start the program, if the structure of any programming language becomes very complex or is very complex, then we cannot write a program in that programming language. If the structure is very familiar with us, then we can write a program in that particular programming language. And Python fulfills all the necessities of the easiness, and that's why we are using Python. So we are going through some PowerPoint slides, through which we can use the yes, दिसतंय ना? Hello.
Oh, sir, this
Yes. This is our topic, that is need of Python. This is need of Python. What is this? So all of you know that in my first lecture we discuss. What we discuss? Python is a general purpose and high level programming language. You can use Python for developing desktop GUI applications, graphic user interface applications, websites and web applications. Also, Python as a high level programming language allows you to focus on core functionality of the application by taking care of common programming tasks. The simple syntax rules of programming language further makes it easier for you to keep the code readable and application is maintainable. So all the features is object oriented, is general purpose programming language, is GUI based application language, is a high level language. So not a single application is there. All the applications, all type of software developments can be possible through Python. And that's why if you study the previous 2-3 years, then for images still we are using MATLAB, but nowadays there is no need to use MATLAB because Python can itself use in the image processing, GUI type of applications. We are using so much programmings like HTML, JavaScripts, VB scripts for writing big websites, for developing web applications. But nowadays it is not necessary to go through all these because through Python it is possible to develop web applications. So that's why need of Python is there. But some reasons, some exact reasons are there through which we can say that Python is very much important nowadays. So first is readable and maintainable code. What is the meaning of readable and maintainable code? What is that? So all of you know that whenever we write any type of a program, that program must be simple. Whenever we write a code, that code must be simple. What do you mean by simple? Whenever anybody else try to modify, or yourself if you want to modify the code after some days, that code can be easily maintainable. Because of in the software engineering there are so many conclusions are there that 100% there is no any software that is developed as a 100% error free. And that's why whenever we develop any application, any software, the errors are remaining in that. And whenever in future when we want to correct the errors, that can be easily correctable. That is known as maintainable. That is known as maintainable. So after some days, when you try to modify our code, we cannot understand why, for what purpose we write this code, because that is not easily readable. And that's why in Python the code is readable and maintainable, and that's why it is easy to write the program in that. So next is there multiple programming paradigms are there. What are the multiple programming paradigms? You know what is paradigms in English? What is paradigms? Yes, anybody else? मराठी मध्ये त्याला म्हटलं जातं नमुना. पॅराडिगॅम्स म्हणजे नमुना. आपण प्रत्येक प्रकारचे मार्केटमध्ये जातो तेव्हा आपण सांगतो त्याला, एखाद्या शॉपमध्ये जातो आणि तेव्हा आपण सांगतो की मला शर्ट घ्यायचं आहे, तर मला वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारच्या क्वालिटीचे, वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारच्या डिझाईनचे शर्ट्स मला दाखव. असतात सगळे शर्ट्स, बट फ्रॉम दॅट यू वॉन्ट टू सिलेक्ट एनी वन, विच वन इज सूट और बेस्ट फॉर यू. What is the meaning of that? What are the number of shirts before you? 10 shirts are before you, and out of that you are selecting only one. So 10 shirts are nothing but the paradigms of shirts, and that's why multiple programming paradigms before you are there. You can write a program in high level programming language, you can write a program on objects, you can write a program on images, you can write a program on database, like that. So such a type of many paradigms are there, and that's why it is very too easy to write a program in Python. Next one is there, compatible with major platforms and system. Compatible with major platforms and system. What is the meaning of that? So in the next coming sessions we will discuss and how to install Python. And all of you know that Python you can install for Windows as well as Linux, Unix, Macintosh type of operating systems, and that's why it is platform suitable. Major platforms on which you can execute, you can store, you can write a program using Python on multiple platforms. Robust and standard library. What do you mean by robust and standard library? So all of you know that C++ is the programming language, and whenever you want to write a code you must include some library files. If you want to write a program in C, you must include some library files. If you want to write a program in Java, you must import some library files. You must import some packages. That packages contains what? That packages contain their library. So every programming language have a libraries, set of library. But if you study the Python, there are the huge number of libraries are present in Python, and that's why whenever you type, you start any operation with Python, then there are the standard library documentation. How to use this function or how to use this library, there is the documentation available in Python, and that's why there is the robust. Many open source frameworks and tools. Actually, Python is the open source programming language. Python is the project that is open source, and that's why the supporting software of Python are also open source. The frameworks in that are also open source. So all of you know that there are so many frameworks are available in Python which can be usually useful like that. So all of you know that whenever we start to write a program in Java, then for Java there is the one type of editor which is very popular with Java, and all of you know that that is TextPad, correct? Notepad is also there, but Python have such a type of open source editors are there. So like PyCharm is there, Anaconda is there. PyCharm is very popular for Python. Anaconda is there. So such a type of ID integrated development editors, integrated development tools are available and which are open source. Simplify complex software development. All of you know that when we write 2-3 lines of program, then we becomes very happy. But whenever you want to develop big applications, then at that time the process of software development is very difficult. And so whenever we start to develop software through Python, then you can easily simplify, because modularity is one of the popular application of Python. You can write functions, you can write procedures, you can call procedures, you can call functions. All these are there. Just write a paragraph, and that paragraph is the program, and program can be compiled. This is not the way to write any type of application. Anybody else who cannot have any previous knowledge of programming can write a program in Python. And that's why whenever if anybody else are saying to you that for Python you must know C++, you must know Java, you must know C, this is the wrong concept. Because of when you want to capture Python, when you want to write applications in Python, there is no necessity to knowing any type of a previous knowledge of any type of a programming language. You can directly start the code in Python. So this is the need of Python. Next one is there.